Hi everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone who's joining in. Welcome to Sharks Fan TV with your man Humphrey. This is Sharks Fan TV where we're keeping it black and white. Nothing else matters. Just the badge there, man. So finally found a place to hang my um, flag. Hopefully it's gonna stick. And other things, just other, decors to come along the way as we continue with this journey talking about sharks. So thanks, guys. Thanks for joining in. Thanks for always watching my videos, liking, commenting. Keep doing the same. Keep subscribing. And keep it interactive. Drop comments. Thank you for everyone who's liking the video. Jaku as well. I see you each and every time we talk and keep it interactive. I like your opinions as well. I think you raise some of the most important issues, especially when it comes to the coaching stuff and MVM. So continue keeping it interactive, man, and big up to also everyone who's just tuning in and checking the videos. This is Sharks Fan TV, like we said, and we talk everything Sharks and everything to do with rugby. So if you're a fan, come join in, and we're gonna keep it going. So today, obviously, Saturday, Sharks are playing Lions, actually in the Emirates Lions Stadium, the Emirates Ellis Park Stadium in Johannesburg. So this is the fifth round of the Rainbow Cup, the Pro 14 Rainbow Cup SA, fifth round, and we're gonna take a look at some of the news previous games. We're gonna touch on this some of the stats that bringing us to this game. Also, some team news, what our coach Sean Everett had to say, and finally, we're gonna talk a bit about Springbok news because that's pertaining rugby, and some of our players will be in the Springbok in the coming tour series. So let's jump into it. Wow. So last game we played, of course, last week we had a bye. I think most of the team, if not all, had a bye week, and there was no game last week. But our previous game was against Stormers, where we lost 22-25. Tian Swanepoel with the last minute conversion there. So he won the game for them. But whew, man, it wasn't a pretty game, especially in the second half. I didn't like how we played. I didn't like how we approached the game. We tend to get tired. We tend to relinquish possession, and just excuse me, and just like the Bulls game, in the first half we were pretty much in the game. We dominated, or we were playing so much in their territory, and then in the second half everything just went down. They were playing in our territory. Then we started conceding penalties. Our discipline was just too much. So we gotta tighten these spots going into the Lions game, and it's not gonna be a tight affair, or it's not gonna be an easy affair going to the Lions, because as much as we won the previous game, if you can remember, that game was really really tight. We didn't know how it was gonna swing, and it was only Cohen Bosch's kicking that actually opened a gap before we started scoring a try or two. So going into that game, I'm hoping that we've really worked on our discipline. And Reniel Hugo actually was talking to the media in the past hour or in this week, and he's saying he was also just recognizing that Sharks has a very as a disciplinary issue. We're conceding a lot of penalties. We're giving away a lot of fouls, a lot of in very critical areas in our half, in our 22. So we have to tighten those kind of things. So going into some of the stats that are making this game, going to the Lions stats. So the form that comes in for Lions, they played 4 and won 3. and lost 3. What am I saying? Played 4, lost 3. Sharks, we played 4, lost 2. Two of the previous against Stormers and against Bulls in the latter one, in the previous one. So looking at the attacking form that we go into this, we've scored 12 tries and Lions have scored 13 tries. So that goes to show you that there's tries in the team. Lions have scored more, although they've lost more games. They've lost 3 games. So that makes their average try scored to be greater than us. They have a 3.25 average try scored, and we have a 3 average score try per game. So that means they have a greater chance of scoring a try than us going into this game. They have up to this game or up to this match, they have made 106 points. We've made only 98. As much as we've won more games than them, they've actually scored more tries, meaning that the points are greater on their side than us, making the average point score also even higher of 26.5. Us is 24.5. So that means that we've been relying so much on Corin Bosch, the kicking power, the conversions, penalty goals, and all that. And we are lacking in the tries department. And it just goes to show that we are not involving our backline so much. We're relying a lot on our forwards, and then come the second half, they get tired. That's my just my opinion. Feel free to chime in with your opinion, but I feel like we don't get people like Lucanio Arm so much on the ball. Marius Low, Werner Kok, when he comes in, Apelele Fasi, he has scored only 1 try in this tournament. We need to get more of those runners in our game. Yao Penkle also as well. He hasn't really had a run to score more tries. He has a couple of tries, but he doesn't have. We don't give the backline the room to just take the game to the opponents. So going into the set piece phases in the attacking wise, so goal kick success, of course, we have 100%. Corin Bosch has only missed, I think, 1 conversion from a try, but all the penalties he scored. They have 81%, Lions. Rack success, we are just pitting them by 94%. They have 93. So that means in terms of scrum, it's gonna be very contestable. Scrum success, we have 90. They have 88. And line out success, we have 80, and they have 86. Now, one thing that I really, it's really, grinding my gears is we don't contest any lineouts, or most of the lineouts we don't contest when it's not our lineouts. And I wonder why. Is it an attacking issue? Is it a defensive coaching issue? Why don't we just attack or contest? Remember, against Thomas, we had 10 lineouts. Was it 10? We lost 4 of them. We only made 6. Our own lineouts. So that means they contested and they won 4 of our lineouts. So we have to really tighten, especially on the lineouts. So that makes the set pieces, they are going to be very contestable. There's not very much margin in this, 80 here, 90 within each other. So scrums and racks and lineouts, they really contest, and we have to be on our game. So that goes on to the forwards. I really hope that the ones that we pick this time round, and you're going to see Sean Everett has really been very, what is it called? He's really tried to express himself, also due to Springbok protocols, where the Springboks have to have a rest between tournaments or start in the bench. It's part of the protocol that was put in place, but I hope that the ones that Sean Everett has gone for will work on this one, and particularly one I'm excited for, and we're going to talk about it later on. So in terms of defense, just to round up a few stats in this tournament of the Rainbow 14, I'm talking about, We've made 414 tackles. They've made 335. So they haven't defended as much. Now, this is the critical one. Tackles missed. We've missed 56 tackles and they've missed 90. That means we can be able to get about over the advantage line. So, I mean, if you get the ball to the back line, Spoon Kosi, let him run ragged through these guys. Let Werner Koch, let even Corin Bosch, let him run through these guys. We can get a step or two over the advantage line because they are missing tackles. So our tackle successes, um, ours is 88% and theirs is 79%. We have a good defensive record, or we have a good defense going into this game according to the stats. But so that means we can get at them. So let's go and get at them um, in this game, and hopefully, once we get over the advantage line, it's gonna be a continuous flow. We're not gonna have these handling errors. We're not gonna give away silly penalties of offsides and all that. Of playing the ball on the ground. Let's stop those disciplinary issues, and it's gonna improve our game. Terms of discipline, we've conceded. Look at this. We've conceded 63 um, penalties. They've conceded only 39 penalties, and they've lost 3 games. 3 games. They've conceded 39 penalties. Their discipline is far better than ours, and this is what I was talking about. That once we tighten our discipline, handling errors, giving away silly penalties with playing the ball on the ground when you're not supporting your own weight, things like those, coming in on the side during mauls or scrums, we're gonna have actually a better discipline record in this tournament. But all these things, they just come into discipline. Remember, we have considered more sin bins than them. So in terms of penalties, we've won 6 penalties and they've won 7 penalties. So they know how to, get penalties. But there's fairly not a big margin there. Okay, so penalties won. Average penalties won, I mean, it's 1.5 and they have 1.75. So they can win more penalties than us. That means we just have to tighten, not give them room, play in their territory. I want the second half to maybe start as how we start the first half, because in the first half we usually kick and play mostly in our opponent's territory. So the second half we want to possess the ball and everything, and that doesn't work according to our strength. Let's go with our strength. Let's keep our gameplay, and whatever Sean Everett says in the second half to change them or something. I hope that he tries something new, because this also, with a few changes, he has to try new things. Um, well, that's it for the stats going into the game. So you can see that in terms of defense, we are better than them, but discipline brings us down. In terms of attack, we are fairly almost the same. They've scored more tries, we've scored more points, penalties in terms of points. But yeah, so we just have to tighten our discipline, and that will improve our game. Yeah, so going into what Sean Everett said about this game, or about this tournament currently, let me just give you the table before we go to that. The table currently sits after 4 rounds, or after 5 rounds. Bulls and Stormers played yesterday, so they have their round 5. This is our round 5. So Bulls currently sitting on top. Played 5, won 4 with 20 points. Stormers played 5 and won 2 with 13 points. We are third. We've played 4 and won 2 with 11 points. That means if we win against the Lions, we'll go ahead of Stormers. And going into the penultimate round, it puts us in a very good position, almost like a semi-final of some sorts, because the last round will be against Bulls. it will be first against second. So we have to get that advantage. We have to try and get a bonus point so that to close the gap. I think we can only close up to 4 points within the Bulls, but let's try and close that gap. Lions are last also. Are last played four, won only one against Bulls, 8 points, and that was what was pissing me off last time or round four because Bulls just lost to Lions and we couldn't capitalize. We could not capitalize it against Thomas. So we could have been in a very better position had we. But hindsight is a wonderful thing. We would have, could have, should have. But let's take now this game to the next level and truly just go at it and make sure that we close that point gap against Bulls. Going into the last round, we'll have a chance to top the league if we win against Bulls. And that final in North versus South Rainbow Cup in Italy will suddenly look more real than just a dream. Okay, so what Sean Everett had to say about this game coming in. It said we were, quite unlucky against Thomas and had to bounce off the ball. We had the bounce of the ball gone our way. We could have gotten away with the win there, but we put that behind us, learned from our mistakes, and we're really excited for the Lions this weekend. In both losses, the forwards more than held their own before the opposition somehow managed to pull off the stops and get the win. And then finally, he concludes by saying, what's really costing us at the moment is our discipline. We are conceding a lot of penalties, which the other team then kicks out, sets up the line out, and then roll. Okay, sorry, let me start again. What's really costing us at the moment is our discipline. We're really conceding a lot of penalties, which the other teams then kick out, set up the lineouts, and then rolling mauls and stopping that can take a lot of energy out of us. So he's somehow agreeing, and you can read the rest of it, talking just about how the weather conditions of Johannesburg is going to suit the Sharks game, and they want to play a very beautiful game and all that. You can just read the more of the transcript in the Sharks website. But he is reiterating the disciplinary issues that we've been talking about. So we have to really, tighten our discipline, not concede all these silly sin bins that we were doing previously and all that going into this game. Right, now coming into the team news, we're going to start with the Lions team, since they're the home team. Steve Stolle and Karl Lusadi are their props. Jaku Visahi is the hooker. Then we have Ruben Skuman and Reinhard Notnachol in the lock position. MJ Pielsa and Vincent Chituka in the flank position. Vincent Chituka actually, that guy is a handful, eh? Very big guy, but he really carries the ball properly for them, and we have to really stop it because he actually gave us problems, and I think he's only 23. I think it's a good age to be a Springbok contender. So hopefully they're gonna pick him in this coming series, tour series. I like the look of him, but he's our opponent, so let's stop him, man. But Vincent, really big guy, and let's hope he's not gonna cause us much trouble. But that's the flank position. The eighth man is Len Massane, and then scrum half is Andre Werner. Then we go to the back line, which Jordan Hendrickse, the brother of our own scrum half. We're gonna talk about him when you go into the team news. But Jordan Hendrickse starts in the flyer position. Then they have Cornels Kosan in the blind wing, Burger Ordendal, and Van Disile Semelani in the centers position. Semelani, at least we kept him quiet. He's always smiling. But the last round he didn't smile, but hopefully this round also he doesn't smile. But also he's a terrifying player, and we have to stop. Like if we stop the back line of the Lions, actually we stop their game because they play a lot better in the back line, using their back line. Not to dismiss their front or their pack, but their most of their game. It just goes to show you they scored more tries than us. Yeah. Uh, so Wandisile Semalani in the center, Burger Underdal is the captain, and then Rabs Makwane and Filiun in the fullback position. So let me give it to you once again. Starting from the prop, Steve Stolle and Carlos Sadi. Hooker is Jaku Visaki. Their locks are Ruben Skuman and Reinhard Notnachol. MJ Pelsa and Vincent Chituka is the flanks. Len Massain is the eighth man. Scrum half is Andre Vanna. Fly half is Jordan Hendrickse. Cotnas Kosan, blindside wing. Boga Ondedal and Wandisile Simelani in the center position. Rabs Makwane and Filiun in the open side wing and fullback position. Then our team to face the Lions, actually. So now this is a very exciting, more experimental than exciting. But I think he's really, Sean Everett has really shown his hand here. So let's hope that this team brings a bit of dimension here. So due to, like I mentioned, due to some of the Springboks requiring a rest or starting from the bench, as per the Springbok requirement, we had to make changes. That was the explanation. And some also just deserve some game time, So let's go through the game, the team. And Tutukom Chunu is the prop, comes in with Vihan Herbst. So Ox and Thomas Dutoy drop to the bench. Kieran Van Furen as the hooker in place of Fez Mbata. Then we have JJ Van der Mesht and Hiron Andrews. James Fenter, okay, so those are locks. James Fenter and Henko Fenter, who's the captain actually in this game, in the flank position. So Sia Kolisi drops to the bench. Pepsi Butelezi starts at 8th man in place of Tembalani Boli. Also, Skumbuzo Noche is still injured, long-term injury. Then we have Jaden Hendrickse playing against his brother. Jaden starts at scrum, and his brother is fly half in the Lions. So we're gonna see. Jaden is a quick guy player. He likes to take quick, taps and everything when you concede penalties. So like he quickens the game, and we're gonna hope that we have a quicker game with him in the team. Then we have Manili Bok comes in for Corinne Bosch. Makazole Mapimpi starts at blind side, and it's a good welcome for him. He's been out there in Japan. He's been here for 2 weeks, trained with the team, and good to see Mapimpi again. Just get a run in this Rainbow Cup last 2 games. Hopefully, he's gonna make it through this game and the next. But I hope that now we can at least trust the backline more when he's there. Not to say that Yao was doing a bad job, but it's just exciting to see Mapimpi come back in our Sharks team. Then we're gonna close with the centers, Marius Lowe and Verna Koch. So our captain Lucanio Am goes down to the bench. Yao Peng and Anthony Folming are the fullbacks who are trusted in this game. The replacements will be Fez Mbata, Oxenche, Thomas Dutoy, Ruben Van Heerden, Tembalani Boli, Grant Williams, Boeta Chamberlain, and Jeremy Ward. And I hope Boeta Chamberlain gets a run. He's a guy who's always wants to do the right thing the first time, so he's always efficient in this scrum half position. But I like to see him get a run. Boeta Chamberlain, Ruben Van Heerden as well. With the others who are regularly playing. So It's just a matter of second half how they're gonna come into the game and hopefully impact the game properly. Yeah. So finally, guys, I just wanna talk a bit about the Springboks. Some news about the Springboks. So today, June the 5th, yeah, Springbok squad will be announced at 6:30 SA time, to face the British and Irish Lions. So the Springbok squad to face the British and Irish Lions will be announced today at 6:45, starting at actually 6:30 SA time. We're gonna have the coaches. Um, we're gonna have the both coaches, Rassi Erasmus and Jack Nainaba. Is it Nainaba? If someone can just correct me on that if I'm wrong. Both coach Nainaba and former or now the manager of Springbok Rugby, Rassi Erasmus, rugby director, sorry, Rassi Erasmus, the Springbok winning coach. He's gonna come. They're gonna come and talk through the team. It's gonna be a 45-man team that's gonna be selected. This will include the SAA team that will play a warm-up game against British and Irish Lions. 2 games, I think, before it is chopped down to a 30-man squad that will face the British and Irish Lions in the 3 test matches, which will be played in Cape Town, Ellis Park, and Loftus. So tune in to where you're watching, how you will watch it, to see the announcement. Hopefully, most of our squad makes it. I want to see most of them get international experience, especially these British and Irish Lions. Last time they were here was was it 14 years ago? I don't remember. 2009. That's been a long time for the British and Irish Lions to come. So hopefully, we're gonna see this is a once in a lifetime opportunity for these players in terms of rugby career. So let some of them get the international experience that is required. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys. Keep on liking this video, keep on sharing and commenting. We'd like to hear what you guys have to say about this. I like to see you guys get interactive. Drop a comment in the video section, in the section below this video. I'm gonna keep it interactive here, so stay tuned to Sharks Fan TV and enjoy the game, guys. We'll keep it interactive, keep it black and white. Enjoy your Saturday. I'll see you next time.